know how to start a video like this. Because I've been wanting to record a video like this for quite some time. And I've never had the encouragement or the backing to do so. But I'm going to do it today because of an outburst. I'm Sazz Gaming and I have low self-esteem. This isn't because I don't think I'm beautiful. It's not because I don't think I'm good enough. My self-esteem is non-existent. I haven't had low self-esteem I've had no self-esteem my entire life. If I had to choose a time in my life where I thought I had self-esteem, would be my teen years. But obviously, some people know that's not how it was for me. My esteem was nothing. And people wonder why now when people from school, for example, try and talk to me these days and say, oh, you're really pretty, you've changed. And I don't believe them because half of their remarks in school has left a mark on me saying, you know, oh, you're ugly, oh, you're this, you're that. You know, and it's left such a mark on me that I just can't look at myself in the mirror without hearing those negative words at myself. So I'm going to take you right back to the beginning where Sazz's self-esteem problems began. I guess it starts from when I was about 3 to 4 years old. I was diagnosed with a turn in my one eye, and I had a sight distance problem in both eyes. So I had to wear patches to school. And if you don't know what the patches are, they basically fix your eyesight. And some days I'd have to stay home wearing both of them because my eyes need to be corrected. But sometimes it was my right eye that needed to be corrected than the other. And of course, wearing one of these to school used to get me the name of being called Patchy. Now, at the time, we think that's harmless children's talk. You don't really care. But there was something more sinister going on at the time for me, which I won't bring up in video. People know why I listen to the song Till It Happens to You. It's by Lady Gaga, and most of my friends know what the problem is with me and why I can't go into too much detail, but it affected me for many years, that's all I'll say. Moving forward, going into primary up into comprehensive. Now, if you don't know what primary is kind of like your younger years, so year 3 to 6. So they are the years between 5 to 11, and it depends on how held back you are. But in those years, I was bullied immensely because it was at this time in my life was when I was classed as a very severe tomboy. I would never wear any girly clothing. Literally, I'd wear clothes with like Max giving me like this. Baggy clothing, hoodies. My hair would never be down, it'd always be up to evade my girl look. And it carried on, and the summer, I think it was before I started my comprehensive school / high school, my hair had to be cut. This was due to my medical condition, but also due to the fact that I used to have my hair incredibly long. My hair used to be like Rapunzel's out of Disney. To the point, I'm sorry guys, I've got my wire underneath my foot and it's moving. Stay there, camera, thank you. And it kind of got hard to maintain in the end, because I was depressed, obviously. And it was around this time my mother got diagnosed and she was very, very ill. Most of my teen years I don't remember because it was such a blur. But I do remember the remarks, the bullying, the shame. I remember everything from school. To say school for me was hell would be an understatement. So I'm about to take you a step through a day in the life of me in school. 7 o'clock. I'd arrive in school, or whatever time the school bus would get us there. Normally it would be about 7:30, 7:45. and you get in, and your day's about to begin. Back in the day, like I explained on my extreme the other day, I had, and I still do to this day, have severe joint problems. Which is, they found out in year 6 that I can't hold a pen to my name without making a mess. Now, it used to befuddle art teachers why I could draw, but when it came to colouring and making things perfect, I used to have stuff going all up my arms because I couldn't get things right. That's when they came to the conclusion that I couldn't do art. So the teachers in the end decided to do all they could to help me. They got me one of these desks, and this carried on from primary school, where they gave me this triangle slope thing where I would sit on a cushion that would pretty much put my I used to be like, I used to slouch like that on my desk. So this was to keep me upright. I also had a desk for my hands. And this was all done in a case. I would carry this with me everywhere I went, because I needed it even when I went home. The first time they ever got me in school, the amount of looks I used to gain from people because I was what people would call special. And I'm not going to name people, but there was a certain group of people in school that used to make my life a living hell. And as crazy as it may seem now, I don't hate them for what they did, because it was, in their eyes, it was just teen banter, you know, and I shouldn't hate them for what they did, but because of the imprint they left on their self-esteem, I can't help but to look at them differently. My mum was in and out of hospital quite a bit, and I could only rely on myself really to look after myself. That would mean getting myself ready for school every morning, changing, making myself look presentable before going to school, feeding myself. And I just remember going to school on one of these days and my mum had just gone back in to have her operation. And I just remember them being so cruel to me by ripping my only bag off my back and throwing it down 2 flights of stairs with the only mobile phone I had to keep in touch with my mum in the hospital, and saying I was a worthless piece of shit, basically. Saying, you know, I'll go get it yourself. Not to mention they used to steal my stuff quite a lot and used to terrorise me. Basically, it was in these years that I became very self-conscious. Now, from year 7 to about year 9, I never wore makeup. I would never even touch this stuff. But this was around the time I had my very first heartbreak as well. My best friend of all people, would you believe it or not, my best friend. I fell in love with him when I was about 10. Believe it or not, I did fall in love with him at quite a young age. And I loved him until about the age 13, 14. He didn't like me because I wasn't like any other girl. I was a tomboy. I pretty much didn't stand out to any boys back then. I had short hair. In my eyes I was okay, but to everyone else's eyes apparently I was just another one of the lads. And he broke my heart because he chose someone else over his own best friend. And like I explained to people before, I loved him for so long, for so many times I let him hurt me over and over again, and people wonder why I finally snapped and said I had enough of him. Because I'm gonna go flash forward now to prom. Prom came around, and the summer before prom I got extremely ill. I was diagnosed with my stomach condition, and they didn't hardly see me through the school year, so I was pretty much half of the off all the time because I was really ill, but I did manage to get half of my schoolwork done in that amount of time. And I'd lost quite a substantial amount of weight in that time frame. I just remember going to prom and feeling as if everyone's eyes was on me. Now, for me, at that time, because of everything I was going through, my anxiety was, it was through the roof. I remember I was severely depressed, anxious, and just nervous about going the entire time. I remember I actually had to fight my parents before I went that I didn't want to go. You know, I didn't really want to go, but I was like, it's my only experience I'm going to get, so I decided to go. So I had contact lenses, which were specialised because I need special lenses. I had my hair, makeup, nails, everything a girl would want. I turned up a prom, we started having pictures and everything done. Everyone really didn't notice who I was until they came up and actually noticed for some reason, because I wasn't wearing my glasses. Or I wasn't wearing one of my geeky jumpers, or what I was known for. And this specific best friend brought someone else to prom, rather than me. My friends at the time, being the best they could be, they decided they were going to take me as a group rather than me be on my own. And I just remember halfway through the night, I remember him coming up to me saying his prom date had walked off and left him be. And as his final resort, he came to me. Not that I was good enough to take to prom anyway, apparently, guys. So we're gonna go backwards again. In about the year 2009 to 2010, or between that era, I was considerably obsessed with Justin Bieber and One Direction. I had hoodies, jumpers, shirts, you name it, I had it all. And this one jumper I had was off of my grandmother. It had I'm a Believer on it. It was in my favourite colour, purple. I wore it pretty much every day. And this was around the time the cut for Bieber was around. The amount of remarks I got in that short time were so hateful. I got told to kill myself. I got told to cut for him. I got told, you know, why do you even like him? He's not even a good singer. He was worthless. But to me, at my age, he was my idol. So I didn't listen to what anyone said. I just took the bullying in my stride. There was something that happened in year 10 and 11 I won't talk about on this video. But it is another till it happens to you situation. I won't say too much, but yeah, that's another thing that's affected me immensely. The reason I wanted to do this video was because tonight, of all nights, I had a meltdown to Mac. Mac was being adorable and he was calling me beautiful, adorable, cute, sweet, pretty, everything a boyfriend should do to his girlfriend. And what did I do? I called myself ugly. I kept fighting with him until he snapped. And that's not how it should be. You know, I should be accepting his compliments. But I can't tell if they're real or fake, because that's what it's done to me over the years. All the bullying, all the words, all the fucking actions everyone has taken against me over the years has taken such a fucking toll, to the point where I don't even know if my own boyfriend's compliments are real or fake. So I sat there for a couple of minutes after he said he was going to go for a walk, and I decided to call him. And he read this message to me. Sorry guys. And it broke my heart. Because I actually said, and I quote, "I don't know why you're with me." And it's the truth. To this day, I still don't know why Mac's with me. To myself, I don't understand why anyone in the past that I've been with has been with me. I'm not that worthy of anyone, really. But he has proved me wrong, and that is what a boyfriend should be on the days when you can't love yourself. I just wanted to make this video to let people know it's okay to not be confident. It's okay to not have the esteem of a fucking model. I mean, look at me, guys. I'm no model. I wear boys' clothing. I wear hoodies. I wear things that represent games and TV shows, for crying out loud. I will faithfully say I am a tomboy. But low self-esteem will plague me for the rest of my life. So the simple message is, think before you speak, because you don't know, even though it's like the old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But actually it does hurt you. Back then I didn't, I thought it was just a saying, but now I understand how words can hurt you, and it's, I have to say that it's left me with such a scarring that I can't even look at myself in the mirror anymore without feeling so ugly about myself. I can't. There's one comment from school, and once people watch this they'll understand who they are, but one person from school decided to once start calling me the babysitter from Cat in the Hat with the crazy hair and the weird glasses. They used to say I was exactly like her. Most people would just think it was funny. To me, it fucking hurt. And then there was ones that thought it would be funny to take pictures of me in the girls' change rooms when we had physical education. Not funny. Or the ones that, you know, just took the piss half of the time. None of it was funny. Nothing that anyone has ever done to me is funny. I never laughed. I just cried and got angry because I couldn't protect myself. And I want to be different, and I'm trying so hard to be different for Mac's sake, because I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be suffocated by my own past that's so ugly, that makes me feel so ugly about the way I am, why I can't love myself. And it all comes down to my low self-esteem, and I want you all of you that watches my videos and streams to know you are never alone on that. So to just know that the people on my streams, my community girls, for example, you're all fucking beautiful. Okay? If no one's told you it today, you are beautiful, you're enough, you know, you're perfect. In my eyes. The eyes of society may not see you as perfect, but I see you all as perfect. You're all fucking an amazing human. You're all amazing in my community, in my eyes. You're all amazing, and Sazz loves you all. And this is the reason the Scars project is starting to go ahead again from the time Mac leaves after the 2nd of October. I will be asking you for videos. I want everyone to get a video of them with the scars written on their hands, and if I message you, I may ask you to mime a few words that I'm going to be singing, just to make it into a video. I just want everyone to be aware that they are not alone.